Gentleman yields back. The chair recognizes the gentlelady from Oregon, Ms. Hoyle, for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, and thank you for being here, and I'd like to continue on this line of discussion. I represent Oregon's 4th Congressional District, so the central and south coast of Oregon, and just over half of my district is federal lands, and Oregon's unique in that we have a checkerboard pattern of forest land ownership because of a history of parcels owned by the Oregon and California railroads. And so we have Forest Service, BLM, state, private, and tribal ownership all in this checkerboard pattern with all very different forest management practices. So public lands management, including public access to our lands, forest stewardship, fish and species management, and at this time the most critical issue is wildfire prevention and management. And we can disagree on the cause, but the fact is that Western Oregon has become hotter and drier, and there's a greater danger of urban conflagrations that are putting my constituents' lives at risk. And these are facts I'd love to work with you on and address those issues. The other issues that we know, and there are issues with FEMA, no doubt, but it's being gutted, and our states can no longer count on the federal government to come in and provide the needed capacity and expertise during natural disasters. And it's concerning given the scale and frequency of major natural disasters. I mean, we had 1 million acres burn in 2020 in Oregon, so it's a little terrifying. I'd like to ask you about the administration's plan to transfer the fire responsibilities to the new consolidated Interior Department, and specifically, what I don't want to see is something broken before we have a plan to put something new together. So, briefly.
Yes, the proposal that's in this budget would give us this year to work on plans integration with state, tribal, all the different agencies, because we've got U.S. Fish and Wildlife, national parks, BLM, in addition to U.S. Forest Service, all have these federal agencies. So we'd have an opportunity to get input from all of those entities this year, with the idea that when we go into next year's firefighting season, that we would have better coordination. But when we use the word, I know the words like move and transfer, but people will still be operating under their same brands, but we have to have unification around the.
So just thank you. What I would like you to commit to, if you would, is to work in a bipartisan way to have those of us Democrats who represent public lands and forest lands at the table in a real and authentic way where we also have a voice.
Well, yeah, the fire doesn't know whether it's on a blue or red district, or whether it's on, it doesn't know whether it's on tribal or BLM or federal, so it's. So,
and with that, I do want to talk about federal employees. Right now, we don't have the people to protect my district in fire season because of the haphazard gutting of the federal workforce. They fired people up and down the chain that maybe didn't have wildland firefighter in front of their name, but they actually get pulled in to do that work or do the support work. And now they're being begged to come back. And why would they come back to a place where literally Russell Vought has said he wants federal workers to feel traumatized? When they wake up in the morning, we want them to not want to go to work because they increasingly are viewed as villains. We want their funding to be shut down. We want them put in trauma. We had funding freezes for our private partners that are doing the work in both prevention and firefighting. They just immediately closed down our Job Corps, where we had these young, troubled youths that were getting job skills out in the woods, doing fuels reduction, and they're not doing that work anymore. I'm all for creating efficiencies in government, but you need people to do the job, specifically in the mid-level incident command centers. So I just want to say you have to treat workers well in order for them to show up. And I don't want to privatize our federal workforce, but we have issues in contracting. I've talked to Senator Sheehy, and specifically, we had 200 unable to fill calls last year in Oregon because of the system that we use, trying to get people that are the cheapest as opposed to people that are the closest, and we lost land, we lost homes, and next time we'll lose lives. We need more efficiency. There are ways that we can do this, restoring regional local dispatching for all resources, relying on states, and there are a number of things. I would love to work with you on that. As I said, I've talked to Senator Sheehy. There's a lot of things that we can do, but we have to ready, aim, fire, not just break it and then cross our fingers and hope that all of our forests don't burn. So thank you again for being here today.
Thank you.
Gentlelady's time has expired.